Testing, testing, 1 2. Testing, testing, 1 2. Hopefully this audio on this cell phone is good enough to hear. It's not that noisy out here, so it should be good enough. All right. When you say you wanted to be walked through it or want me to walk you through it, I'm assuming you're talking about walking through the process of, excuse me, opening up a leverage trade, not sending crypto, because I'm assuming that you should already know how to do that because you've been doing that for years. But just in case, if you don't, we'll just discuss this one more time. And that way, anybody else that you going to help set this up, whatever, you personally can help them do it because you'll know how to do it yourself. As far as sending crypto, you got to think about what are you doing? You're taking it from one place, let's call it a platform, and sending it to another place, right? So the place where you want it to go, which is, well, I'm not going to mention the name, which is the leverage, the derivative or the leverage exchange, right? You go there, you got to get that deposit address. You log into there. As a matter of fact, don't log into it unless you have your VPN on. You have to have your VPN on, then you log in, and then you get the Bitcoin address because you're depositing Bitcoin. So you get the Bitcoin address. It'll say deposit. So you click on deposit. It'll say what what digital asset are you depositing? Of course, Bitcoin, right? You're gonna get the Bitcoin address, and then you're gonna copy that to your clipboard, right? And then after you copy to your clipboard, you're gonna go to the sending platform or the sending exchange because both this and Gemini they're both exchanges, but the other one I just didn't want to mention the name. So you're gonna go to the sending exchange, which is your Gemini, right? And you're gonna look in. It'll say send crypto. So you click on that. Well, first it'll say transfer. Okay, transfer. Transfer what? Send crypto. Because it'll say like, what I mean by that? Okay, it'll have what cryptos are you sending? Bitcoin, of course, right? So you go to the prompts. They're gonna ask you to put the address in. So you paste the address in, right? And you go to the prompts, and then before it actually approved the send, before it approved the send Gemini, it's going to tell you to prove it in your Authy app. So you go to the Authy app, and then it may do one or two things, or it may be, or listen, it maybe do one thing, or the second thing, or it maybe do both things. If it do both things, it doesn't matter. If it say send the code, give you the code, then you go to the Authy app and put the code in. But most likely, what they're going to do is say, approve this in your Authy app. So you're going to go to the Authy app, it's going to see a bell, and you're going to see that you press that approved, and you press that, and then you're going to approve it. Now, it may just send after that, but it may do that second thing, which is tell you, okay, now put the code in. Or you put the code in, and then it'll send. And just that simple, and then it'll send to the other exchange where you're trying to send it to. Now, if you're kind of a little bit shaky about it, you could send a small amount. You could send like maybe $10 or $20, something like that, to see if it gets there. Then, if it does, you know that you've done it right, which is, I don't see what the problem is as long as you copy the address where you're sending it to and you paste it where you're sending it from, it shouldn't be a problem. The only other issue is, but I don't think this will be an issue of yours because you used that exchange before. If it's like your first time along, oh, wait a minute. How should I say this? Turn your VPN off when you go back to Gemini. Because if you have your VPN on, what Gemini may tell you, matter of fact, you'll get an email and it'll say, you got to approve this in your email before you can send crypto because it seems like you're logging in from another address and that address is not associated with the country from that account. So turn your VPN on when you go to the other exchange, the exchange where you're sending it to, but turn your VPN off when you go to Gemini. Or when I say turn it off, you can pause it. It'll say pause for 5 minutes, 15 minutes. Let's say you pause it for 15 minutes or whatever, right? And then after you send the crypto, you're gonna turn it back on, or you could just wait till it turns back on in like 15 minutes or so. So that's basically it. Once you get the crypto in the other exchange, and then we'll go from there on what to do. Now, as far as anybody else, I prefer. I'm just going to deal with you. I'm not going to deal with anybody else. I'm like you going to learn. You learn how to do it, and then you tell them how to do it. You know, and matter of fact, maybe you should wait a couple of weeks till you fully understand everything, because it's not all that complicated. Then after you fully understand everything, then if you decide that you want to tell somebody else how to do it, that's fine with me. But anyway, I made this video because, as you can see from the thing here, wait a minute, the thing here, I'm in Bryant Park, and I'm about to go in the library and get some stuff done for a couple hours. And I didn't want you to call me about transferring while I'm in there. So the next time we speak, at least you already have the funds on the other exchange. All right, so I'm not going to delete this video. I'll leave it up for a while, just in case you need it. And I don't think you will, because, like I said, you dealt with other platforms before. How did you fund these other platforms? You had to send it, right? So I'm quite for sure you'll do just fine. Enjoy your day, and I'll get back to you later on.